Do you think you're an activist?
Activism.
Traditional activism, what's really unique about it is that it usually happens within a very centralized group of people, and so maybe instead of having 100,000 people knowing about it, you have 20,000 people who really care about it. Although it's a very small group of people, they're really going to go and take risks, and they're really going to commit themselves to the project. Because you have that very genuine, very organic passion, I think that's what really drives traditional activism and makes it work.
Greenpeace is one of those examples where it's like there's pros and cons. There's the pros in the sense that there is like active change, it's like physical, but the negative part of that is that some people from the outside perspective who don't know what they're doing and don't understand why they're angry about those sort of things is that they think it's too extreme.
I think the biggest difference between modern activism and traditional or past activism is just sort of the number of people who are informed about it. A large number of people because of technology, because of social media, and how quickly information can disperse. But as a consequence of that, I think the sort of care and passion for a certain activism movement may be diluted.
And in that, I feel like the term activist has kind of been watered down. Okay? People are applying it to what we wouldn't have considered to be activists back in the traditional, right? If someone has made a Facebook page about an issue and gotten 1,000 likes, they might consider themselves an activist, but the word activist has based on the root act, right? Action. And I think that there needs to be a lot more to qualify it.
It's kind of hard to decide if it's better, but I think it definitely has changed. It's good in the sense that it spreads awareness, because it's so easy to just like invite your friends or, you know, like, hey, check out this article, like it, you know, like this, and you give $1 to a child in Africa kind of thing. But it's different, and it's really questionable in terms of like the physical change that it makes in the world.
The beautiful part of activism is that it's an idea, right? It's an idea that spreads from person to person. It's an idea that's very powerful, and it's an idea that commands and demands change. And so, because of that, I think just in terms of the overall effect of activism, whether it might be diluted a little bit, I think that will always be preserved.
Well, I think the changing effect has made activism a lot more accessible, and in that respect, it's really helped us pursue our passion of eliminating sales of bottled water in the Lower Mainland. Through this changing definition of activism, we've managed to spread our message to over 3,000 people. We've managed to raise around $8,000 for water refill stations in under 4 months. And these would be ridiculous tasks in the traditional sense of activism. How would you get this done without getting the message out?
Activism is all about, you know, being passionate about something and changing your life, your lifestyle to suit your beliefs, as well as trying to help change the rest of the people without forcing on it, but going, you know, this is a value that you do need to realize that affects you as well, and you probably need to be doing something about it as well.
And I think, like, in that sense, anyone can be an activist. I think, like, all it takes is for people to take action to be an activist. And so I think, in that sense, we are activists. That's and I can be an activist. I am an activist.